Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jman1606 here to tell you about the latest update to Payday, the newest DLC, the Butcher's BBQ or barbecue, wherever you live, blah, 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 update. This is fun. I really like this DLC. This is probably my favorite DLC that they've added besides the historical pack. The historical pack was cool, but this is just fun. It's very interesting. So what you get with it is you get some unlockable masks, new melees. Let me show those off real quick. You get the Mother Forker. Very good. I think I'm probably going to use this one. The Spatula. It's a spatula. A Poker. And a Tenderizer. So they're all very interesting. Go feel free to mess around with those. Those are all, you know, I like this one. I don't like this one. Also, you can now change between a Molotov cocktail and a frag grenade. So now let me say a couple of things. Now you're probably wondering, oh, what do they do? What are they different from each other? Well, if you know what a Molotov is, it's a flaming bottle of alcohol that burns or gas, and it's really scary and flamey and cool. But you gotta wonder, why would I take a Molotov over a frag? Well, the frag is gonna have that stun ability on shields and bulldozers, and then the killing ability on lesser police force. So you usually, I know there's a lot of missions where I don't actually throw a grenade. That happens quite a lot. Where I just won't ever throw it. And just, I don't need to do it. So you have that where you could use it to stun individual enemies. So that's the plus to the grenade. And it also blows up quite quickly. The Molotov is an area of denial weapon where you throw it, it hits the ground, and then the area surrounding where you threw it begins to burn. And if you walk through it or an enemy walks through it, they get damaged or killed, which is very awesome. And from the footage that I have, it's certainly very deadly and scary, but fun. Really fun. That's probably the best part about this, is that this DLC is a lot of fun. And it adds in quite a few strategies. I never got any footage of me using any of these against shields or bulldozers, but I think you can kind of get the gist of what it is. There were no new secondaries, so I'm going to jump right into the primaries. Alright, so we have the obvious Flamethrower, the Piglet grenade launcher, and the STEAKOUT 12G shotgun. Now I'm going to quickly go over. All of these guns are 736,800 apiece. The STEAKOUT 12G begins with a magazine of 8, ammo of 64, rate of fire of 300, damage of 38, accuracy of 12, stability of 26, concealment of 9, and a threat of 28. Quick little preview for it. I don't know why that fire was there. And obviously this is the AA-12 that everyone was waiting for. They were like, oh, we want an AA-12. Well, now you have it, and it's great. Let me quickly show you mine. Modify it a bit out. I just have some footage of me using the Dragon's Breath. I'll probably run that around here-ish. But basically, the Dragon's Breath decreases your ammo, decreases your damage, and decreases your accuracy. However, it gives you it gives you the ability to stun specials, which I have a shot of me setting a taser on fire, and then he flails around for a little bit. So I think that's the major upgrade to Dragon's Breath, is the fact that you can set your enemy on fire, and then they'll become incapacitated while being damaged, which is actually really awesome. You get a long barrel or suppressed barrel. I don't know why you'd suppress a shotgun, but I mean, if you want to, you can. But I'd probably just slap the long barrel right on there. You get access to every single barrel extension, so Shark Teeth, Silent Killer, King's Crown, and Shish. This is the first shotgun that allows you to have access. Actually, no, I don't think that's true. I think the ISMA had that ability as well. But you can single fire or auto fire. I don't see why you would auto fire. The various gadgets, a magazine, and any sight. And the game gives you these two for free, but you have to pay to attach them. None of these, none of these, none of these, and it gives you the drum mag. So I don't see why you wouldn't slap the drum mag on, because it's really good shotgun, or at least in my opinion it is. Next thing we got is the Piglet grenade launcher. Actually, let me quickly throw this down here so that we can get a better side-by-side comparison. Alright, so we have the standard grenade launcher, the GL40, the OG grenade launcher. Magazine of 1, total ammo of 6, rate of fire of 30, damage of 340, accuracy of 12, stability of 6, concealment of 18, threat of 37. Now, in comparison to the GL40, in comparison to the Piglet, The Piglet has more magazine ammo, more total ammo, a higher rate of fire, less accuracy, however, which I find kind of interesting. I never actually played around with this because I assumed it would, it's just another grenade launcher. Way more stability, less concealment, and equal threat. So I'd probably pick the Piglet over the GL40, any day. But I don't play with grenade launchers very much. So there's that. Now let's look at the GL40's modification. This is the incendiary round. From what I have gathered, all this is just firing Molotovs. So if you want to do something like that, go right ahead. But you could probably figure out some nice strategies for this, where you slap this on, you have like a good secondary, and you plop this around whenever you need to deny an area. You can shorten the barrel for more concealment and stability. You can add gadgets, sights, stocks. You can get rid of the stock if you don't want it. Just you're mean. And there's that. Same price as the regular. Well, same price as so it's 736,000. Now onto the flamethrower. This is a really fun weapon. I really, really, really like this. Just like the minigun and the RPG, you cannot pick up ammo for it, which is kind of sad, but I guess it makes sense. But the ammo, if used sparingly, will last you a very long time. This is not like the Vulcan in a sense where, and I haven't really played around with it very much, but from observation, the minigun just doesn't do enough for it to be really good. And you just run out of ammo so quickly with it. It's just kind of like, well, I don't know why I didn't even use this gun, yada, yada, yada. But I just don't really use it all that often. But the flamethrower, on the other hand, with its 600 rounds of ammo and 150 magazine, even though it only does 14 damage. Now, let me tell you something. As probably seen by this footage right here, this thing will absolutely annihilate police. It will obviously, it will burn them alive because that's fire bad. And I had a lot of fun with this weapon. It is so fun to just set stuff on fire and just laugh. Now let's go into the modifications for it. You have rare and well done. These are obvious different field types. Rare decreases your damage by 3 and increases your total ammo by 150. I personally think that might be a better option because I don't really see a need to get rid of, like, I don't really see a point between these where well done increases your damage to 18 and your total ammo of 150. Well, decreases it by 150, so you lose a magazine for more damage. And like I said, I didn't really see a point between the two, but you could probably figure out which one you like. I think I'm going to roll with rare so I can have the extra magazine, but that's just me. So what else did they add? I don't think they added anything else. Dragon's Breath decreases it. I think I already told you, but Dragon's Breath does not have an area of effect weapon. The best thing that's going to happen is that this will spark and flame your opponent, and apparently it will burn through shields. So I guess it's sort of like having an AP slug, but it doesn't go through walls and increase your damage, but it'll set the shield on fire. So I can see where this could be useful. So I guess really go ahead and use it. Now, obviously you're probably wondering, oh, is it worth it? Like, I don't really know. If you're playing the game to have fun, I would indefinitely say buy this DLC right this goddamn second. This is a really fun DLC, and it, in my opinion, it pays for itself with the amount of fun you can have with it. I mean, it'd be like, oh, well, I've played this heist so many times. Well, how about I add a flamethrower into the mix and run around and just burn people? It's fun. It's a very fun DLC, and I would definitely recommend this to anyone who can afford it to buy it and just play around with the flamethrower just to see how much fun it is. The grenades, the Molotov cocktail can actually be very, very, very useful in the right circumstances on CQC maps. You could probably just throw it down when you're getting overwhelmed and then, reload or heal or ammo or whatever, and obviously do damage for the 10 to 15 seconds that it's on the ground. Because it seems very effective, because when I threw it on a police officer, no matter what, it did 50 damage upon impact. So who knows how much damage this thing could do, because I didn't get to test this on anything bigger than a 50. Actually, I think I got a 80 damage, an 80 or 60, somewhere around there. Either way, the initial impact does a decent amount of damage, and there's the obvious burn effect afterwards. So, I mean, if you need 10 seconds or upwards of, I guess, 30, you could just throw this down, and there you go. Burn, baby, burn. And that is basically everything that's in this DLC. Hopefully I didn't miss anything because I'll feel really stupid, but I don't think I did. So, to finish up once more, if you like playing around with new stuff, buy the DLC. If you don't want to try anything, this is completely unnecessary. So you don't need to go out and buy this, because really the only thing that would, I guess, would be semi-useful to play around with randomly would be the Molotovs. So if you're getting this just to get a tactical advantage, I'd probably say don't buy it. But if you really, really, really want to play around with some really fun weapons, I'd buy it. The grenade launcher is, in my opinion, better than the previous grenade launcher. The flamethrower is tons of fun, and the AA-12 just you should have heard my friend earlier when I told him that it was in the game. I didn't record it, and I feel really sad, but he punched the ceiling. He was so happy that it was in the game, and I didn't even tell him how the stats were, and then I told him the stats, and then he punched the ceiling again. So obviously he's really happy with it, or at least, on the outskirts, and he's very excited to get in and start playing. So that's basically all I've got for you today. I hope you go out and you enjoy this DLC if you do buy it. If you don't want to buy it, that's understandable. It's your money. You can use it how you want it. But feel free to rate, comment, subscribe. Do what you want. Like the video, dislike the video. I won't hate you if you dislike the video. Only a little bit. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got today. So this is Jman1606, and I'll see you guys later. This is horribly awesome.